Welcome to Cargo Express by Cargo Insights. Let's dive into the latest insights from the logistics world. The Logistics and SCM Summit convenes senior leaders from Mondelez, Clariant, Sugar Cosmetics, Blinkit, Flicka, Epigamia, Johnson & Johnson and more for a full day of high-impact sessions on India's logistics future. Kempegowda International Airport, Bengaluru has closed financial year 2026 on a strong note. The airport handled 44.47 passengers over the year. Cargo performance was equally robust with 532,000 metric tons processed across the same period. Triton Logistics and Maritime, part of the Abrao Group, marked World Labour Day by stepping away from the boardroom. Senior leadership visited ports and depot locations across India to engage directly with ground-level workers. The initiative saw the company listen to port workers, depot staff and ground crews firsthand. It comes amid mounting operational pressures across global supply chains. OM Logistics Supply Chain has made a decisive leadership appointment. Avinash Kumar Singh has been named Vice President and Head of Operations at the company. OM Logistics is widely regarded as one of India's most trusted names in the supply chain and logistics sector. India's warehousing sector is showing signs of recovery in the first quarter of 2026. Pan-India leasing activity has crossed 11 million square feet during the period. However, growth is heavily concentrated in Western markets, with Mumbai and Pune leading the charge. Aviation turbine fuel prices for domestic airlines remained unchanged on May 1, 2026, as state-owned oil companies chose to absorb the rise in global fuel costs, shielding airlines and consumers from volatility. Retail prices of petrol, diesel, and domestic LPG cylinders have also been held steady. ATF prices are reviewed and revised on the first of every month based on prevailing input costs. Air India is set to slash approximately 100 flights per day from June, citing surging aviation turbine fuel prices. The cuts represent nearly 10% of its daily schedule, a significant reduction for the carrier. Routes to Europe, North America, Australia and Singapore will be the most affected. The fifth session of the India-Tanzania Joint Trade Committee was held on April 29 and 30, 2026 in Dar es Salaam. The meeting was co-chaired by India's Commerce Secretary, Shri Rajesh Agrawal, and Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and East African Cooperation of the United Republic of Tanzania, Ambassador Dr. Samuel William Shelukindo. The bilateral trade relationship between the two nations has reached a $9 billion milestone. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Ganga Expressway in Hardoi, Uttar Pradesh on April 29, 2026. Stretching 594 kilometers, it is the country's longest green corridor expressway. The axis-controlled greenfield project connects Meerut in western Uttar Pradesh to Prayagraj in the east, spanning 12 districts. Remarkably, the entire corridor was completed in under 5 years. Indonesia's Ministry of Trade has issued Regulation Number 12 of 2026 concerning export policies and regulations, which took effect on 29 April 2026. The regulation expands the government's authority to suspend, freeze, and revoke export business permits. Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari held a review meeting in New Delhi on 4 May 2026 to assess proposed high-speed corridors, high-density corridors and other key national highway projects across Maharashtra. The Government of India held an inter-ministerial media briefing on 4 May 2026, providing a comprehensive update on fuel supply, maritime operations and airspace connectivity as the West Asia crisis enters its third month. B&H Worldwide, a global leader in aerospace logistics, is pleased to announce the appointment of its first marketing intern to the global marketing team in Singapore under Project IMDD, an industry initiative led by the Singapore Air Cargo Agents Association, SAAA, to develop the next generation of logistics professionals. Global air cargo spot rates surged 30% year-on-year in April, reaching $3.34 per kg, the highest level recorded since October 2022. The sharp rise, reported by industry analysts Zeneta, has unsettled shippers and drawn uncomfortable comparisons to the capacity crisis that gripped global supply chains during the pandemic era. Air India's search for a new chief executive is closing in on a final decision, with Singapore Airlines executive Vinod Kannan and Air India's commercial head Nipun Agarwal emerging as the two frontrunners for the role. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport in Ahmedabad is considering a dedicated road network to separate general aviation (GA) and VIP movement from regular commercial passenger traffic as a major infrastructure revamp gets underway for the construction of a new integrated terminal building. Thanks for watching Cargo Express. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.